right. Welcome to the call.
I'm Willie from Miami, Florida.
Hi. Welcome from Florida. Hello and welcome. This is Jillina taking introductions for the Saturday call. So as you join us, please go ahead and introduce yourself. Excited for our guest speaker trainer this morning, Balazs. He is going to bring on the heat. That is for sure.
Got Reggie from Texas.
Hey, Reggie. Welcome from Texas.
Good morning. Welcome from Vancouver.
Hi. Welcome to the call.
Vancouver.
Hello from Vancouver.
Hi, Jillina. It's Kamala Trejo from San Diego.
Hi, Kamala. How are you, sweetie?
Hi.
Welcome to the call.
Thanks, Jillina.
Glad to have you on the call, honey.
Thanks.
If you haven't had an opportunity to introduce yourself, please go ahead and do so.
Latonya from California.
Hi, welcome from California. Hello, Roger. Welcome. Have about another 30 more seconds. Good morning and welcome. I want to make sure all your team members are on these calls. Today's call is going to be another outstanding call. So make sure as we're taking introductions, you are texting, dialing away, Facebooking, tweeting, whatever it is that you do to call people to action, because this is an action day and definitely an action call. Good morning and welcome. Hi.
Good morning, Jillina. Good morning, Jillina. Sean Brown calling from Seattle.
Hey, Sean Brown. You got quite a lot of team members on the line today.
Jillina, it's Max in Clarksville, Tennessee.
Hey, Max. Welcome from Tennessee.
Good morning, Barb from Arlington. This is Dawn from Hawaii.
Hi, Barb. Aloha, Dawn. Welcome. That's
Aloha. Michelle from Oklahoma.
Hi, welcome from Oklahoma.
Nancy from Los Angeles.
Hey, Nancy. Welcome from Los Angeles.
Wendy Boo from Snohomish.
Hi, hello.
Friends from Hawaii.
Aloha. Welcome from Hawaii.
Thank you. Sherry from North Hollywood.
Hi, Sherry. Welcome from North Hollywood.
Hi. Howdy, from San Diego. Good morning.
Hi, welcome from San Diego.
I'm Jenkins, Redondo Beach.
Hi, welcome from Redondo Beach. Hi, Patty. Welcome. Okay, I definitely have the top of the hour. And, yes, we can continue to take introductions for a while here, and that's always one of my most exciting things because I love to hear people calling in from the different states and all around the globe of our Kangen family. So good morning and welcome. And, yes, my name is Jillina, and I'm calling in from beautiful Southern California today. And it is a beautiful day, so hopefully whether you've got rain, cold, heat, snow, whatever it may be, it still is an awesome Kangen beautiful day for each and every one of us because we are alive. So hallelujah to that. So good morning and welcome. Excited. Yes, the countdown is here, ladies and gentlemen. You still have 7 more days to get your tickets for the GU, so make sure you go to gu.me and get your tickets fast. They are going. VIP is almost sold out. We still have about 20 seats left in the VIP area, so you guys want to take action now. So, again, that's always gu.me. Go to the event tabs and do it. We all talk about starting out our New Year right. Well, this is the new year of 2015, and you're going to hear it over and over and over, whether it was the year 2000, whether it was the year 1995, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018. Events drive the business, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're looking at your business, wanting to know how you're going to take it to the next level, it's taking action and moving to events. So a lot of great things are going on. Sales are zooming in Enagic, so we're excited. People have a new rebound energy, excitement for Enagic, for their life, and for what's going to be happening happening to them and all of their team members. So congratulations and keep up the good work. So, yes, we're excited today for Balazs being on the call. So as I said, make sure as we're just going over some, housekeeping things here in the beginning that you are getting your team members on these calls. You just heard the Kangen morning call with Michelle Rayleigh and Danny Daniels and his daughter. It was an awesome call. So every call that you're on is an important call. I know that there are a lot of groups and teams out there that do it. So, and maybe it's you guys. Maybe you have your own call with your team that you do once a week or every other week, or you hold each other accountable and, for helping your team, getting your team to the next level. But whatever it is that you do, just make sure that you're doing it and you're getting on these calls. One of the ways that you can be informed of what's going on with your business, your global Enagic business, so you know what's going on in the company and the weekly meetings and events and the GUs and trainings and all of that, is be a part of our email. So if you would like to be added to our email distribution list, please go ahead and send us an email to event, E-V-E-N-T, like you're planning a Kangen event, is I-S, like Sam, Eli, E-L-I, at yahoo.com. So it's eventiseli@yahoo.com. Just say please add or subscribe, and we will do our very best to get you added to the distribution list. Just as events is important to your business, so is communication, right? So communication is huge in your Enagic business. So you want to know what's going on. This is part of the communication. So you know the different events and the calls and what is happening. And when is the last time you went to Enagic.com? Probably yesterday, because you had to go to the document download to pull down a distributor form to send in your application, right? So always remember, when you go to Enagic.com, check out distributor news, know what is happening in your business. So it's important to do that. And are you treating your customers as you would want to be treated? Remember, your customers become your customers first, then they become your distributors, unless, we all have those great business builders who are ready to go out of the gate fast. But if you're in an area and you're ready and you're able to, go over to the person's house, install their SD501 or their Kangen 8, teach them the different processes of the waters, let them know the importance of, doing the e-cleaner, what it is to go into self-cleaning mode, when to change their filter, the importance of that, to use the Enagic filter. So always, always remember, treat your customers as customers first. They will become your distributors. Story sell, let them start drinking the water so they can create their story and then start sharing it and watch what happens. So duplication, and it's going to be starting with, caring with your customers in the best way that you can, whether you live close to them or not. Just make sure that they're following the steps and they know part of the system of what they need to do, from first getting their Kangen 8 or SD501 and making sure that it's installed and drinking enough water so they can create their own story, and, of course, starting to share it. And we always talk about the simplicity of this business. Mr. Oshiro always talks about how we are different. Our compensation plan is different. Our business model is different. The way we talk to people is different. How we build our business is different. The lives that are changed here on a daily basis is different from any other company out there, ladies and gentlemen, that you and I are all aware of. So, yes, we are special and we are different. So how are we all doing on our goals? Here it is, almost towards the end of the first month of 2015, and are we making sure that we're on track to take not only your business but your team's Enagic business with this unique product, this patented compensation plan, to really make a difference in your life, the people you touch, and is 2015 going to be your year? Is it going to be your best year yet ever? We believe it is. It's going to take commitment and focus and knowing exactly where you're going. And that's why we talk about writing your goals down, having your vision board in front of you, taking the action steps, following the things. Are you doing the action steps that you're doing? Is it taking you to the direction where you deserve to be? I talked about last week about making sure that you don't have all the negativity or the naysayers around you bringing you down, or what about this, and have you gone to the internet, and it's too expensive, I can't afford it, I don't have enough time, I didn't feel anything with that, So are you having those people around you, or are you having the people that are reading books, listening to audio, going in the same direction, having vision? We're all blessed with eyes, and having the vision of where they're going, even if, God bless the people who don't have the vision of sight, but they have vision of where they're going in life. So where is your vision, ladies and gentlemen, and where is the vision that the people you associate yourself with on a daily basis, and the books you read and the programs you watch and the things you listen to in your car? Is it taking you to a direction that is going to give you what? GU. GU is freedom. How did freedom come up with? How did we come up with the word GU, right? Because Kangen and Enagic and Ukon is all about freedom, peace of mind freedom, physical freedom, spiritual freedom, financial freedom, right? So we all want to have that for our 2015 and beyond. So please, ladies and gentlemen, let's lock arms together as we talk about all the time. Just because it's almost the end of January, we should still have that same excitement we had on the new year. We will continue to have it in March, February, April, May, June, and the months to come. But it starts with each and every one of us staying focused and staying committed to that. So we empower each and every one of you as Mr. and Mrs. Oshiro empower all of us, and the amazing staff throughout Enagic, how they empower us and help lift us up to where we're wanting to go. So stay tuned in, stay plugged in, know what is going on with your Enagic business. It's important to do that always. Yes, there's great events happening. I just sent out an email last night, just got word that the corporate staff from the Torrance office is going to be in Ohio. So we are excited for that. They've got an Enagic business training event happening there tomorrow. So if you're in those surrounding areas, you absolutely want to be there, hosted with Marilyn and Matt and Todd and Gregory and, of course, our very own corporate staff go. So you don't want to miss that area if you're in the Dayton, Ohio area, and get the word out and the message out to all of your people. Of course, you can go to enagicwebsystem.com/events to go ahead and register for that event. So today we're going to hear from Balazs, and for those of you that are fortunate enough to be part of the GU, you're also going to see Balazs on stage at the training at LA Live exactly 1 week from today. How exciting is that? We just also confirmed everything for a great party afterwards. In fact, Eli and some of the staff members are getting ready to go down to LA Live and do some more preparation for the event, for the party, for Saturday night. So it's going to be, again, a life-changing event. As we said, could this event be the event that is going to change your life? So we can't stress it enough, ladies and gentlemen, the importance of it. You still have time. You still can make your excuses, but don't make your excuses. You don't want to be left in the dark. You don't want to say, well, I've got this, I've got that, and then find out, man, I really missed out. This event could be the event that will change my life. So always remember that. And when we had the New Year celebration with Mr. Oshiro, we all talked about, the Enagic Global Contest. So staying tuned in and plugged in. And, of course, you all know, since you've gone to enagic.com under the distributor news and you've scrolled down after all the different events and the UConn seminars and so on, of course, you see that the Enagic Global Contest. So it has already started, ladies and gentlemen. It's going till I believe the end of May. So it's very, very exciting, from the 8-point machine sales to the 8-point Ukon sales to your group machine sales to your group Ukon sales, and, of course, your monthly closing sales. So it's very, very excited. There's a lot of money that Mr. Oshiro, of course, is giving away, from $500 to $1,000 to $1,500 to $5,000 to $8,000 to $9,000 to $10,000. So who is going to be a part of that? You know what? I know a lot of you on this call. And you know what? Each and every one of you have the ability to be on this call. Everything started here from the U.S., ladies and gentlemen. We're in a global company. Yes, of course, our company is, out of Japan, and it started there. But the growth of Enagic all came from the U.S. So all the different Enagic offices that opened up around the world once, of course, our Japanese company came out here, and, over 10 years ago. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. It all launched from here. So let's continue to keep USA strong, because each and every one of you do have a global business, but keep LA and USA strong, ladies and gentlemen. It is important. So, Balazs, I'm sure you're on the phone. I know that you're calling in from Hawaii. So before we bring Eli on, or before we bring you on, Balazs, I just want to make sure that you're there. Are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me okay?
Perfect. Yeah, we can hear you good. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and bring Eli on. So, Eli Daffish, darling, are you there, sweetie?
I am. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's good to be on the call. And I can't wait to talk to you, Balazs. But before I do, I just want to say welcome, everybody. Welcome to the middle of January 2015. It's a beautiful time of the year. It's a great time of the year. It's a time for new vision. It's a time to think about your legacy company and the legacy decision that you made in terms of deciding that this is what you want to do for your life, and that this is the company that's going to be the vehicle that's going to take you where you want to go. And I know that I can tell you from a position of strength that Jillina and I are confident that Enagic is that company, and it is not only the forefront for the health and wellness company for this last decade, an anti-aging company. That's what people want. People are really looking forward to having a sort of a more healthy lifestyle. We know that for sure. We know that 40% of men are now the biggest users for healthcare products. And it's been a movement that's been going on. It used to be women, but now it's really moving towards you guys. And there's a whole new movement out there. Things are changing. We've got an industry that in the last 60 years has turned into a $200 billion industry, and prediction that in the next years to come it's going to hit $1 trillion. So we definitely all know that we are at the right place, the right time, right now, and now it's a matter of how do we capture it? How do we own it? How do we make it our own? And, there's a lot of things that one looks for in a company, and the components are all here. They really are, from the stability to the leadership to the management to the research and development to the global growth to the integrity to the compensation to the fact that it's a consumable product that everybody needs and has to have, or we don't live a week without it. And now that we have the nutritional side, we are truly a company that is well-rounded. Not only are we providing the best hydration for humankind, but now we're providing the best nutrition. I know that I just launched it out of some of the countries outside of America, and it's amazing how much people love and already know all about turmeric and how it's already part of their lives and things that they do from cooking on. And so they're embracing it and they're feeling the benefits. So now it's a matter of how we take this vision that our founders provided us, how do we marry the two together? And I think you're going to start to hear more and more of how people are really doing their business in 2015, probably differently than we've ever done before in terms of the trifecta effect. The trifecta effect basically is how people that come on board with you don't necessarily want or need to only purchase your water device, your ST501 or your K8. Now it's about teaching them about UConn and how they can capitalize on that and how they can build around that. So the benefits are going to be there for everybody. We'll continually, we're going to be discussing that actually in training and teaching that at the GU event this coming weekend. All of us out here are preparing for that. We're excited about that. I'm actually on my way out to the LA Live right now, where the JW and the Ritz-Carlton sit on top of LA Live in downtown Los Angeles, meeting with audiovisual people. I'm meeting with the producers in order to make sure that we get off the year to a fast and professional start, because people like Balazs, people like myself, we understand the benefits of growth and empowerment and how essential it is to our growth. And, you know, it's interesting. I used to, just like you do, I used to sort of do picturing in my mind. I guess we would call it dreaming. And I would dream of a better life. And as I would be sitting in my business and wondering what was I doing other than supporting the landlord that supplied the salon that I leased, looking at the employees that I staffed and the day-to-day grind that goes along with a lot of that, sort of the babysitting that for me happened when I was involved in that for much of my 24-year career in the beauty industry. So I've always sort of been in the beauty industry, and we always knew that although we owned salons back in the day and we were sort of a full-service stop, that one-shop stop from head to toe, I knew that beauty was really more from the inside out. And I began writing articles in Modern Salon and different places like that, where I began to research and let people know and convey that the medical industry was coming in. They saw an opportunity for things that they can do that only they could do because they were licensed, like dermabrasions and just different things like that. But the point of the deal is this, is that we're now in a different part of our life, and we are setting our goals. A lot of us have talked to you about doing a 90-day blitz, a 90-day journey to your Kangen freedom, and going out all-out massive action. Sort of like whether you're brand new, great, you're already exactly where we're teaching everyone to be, right back to that brand new position where you feel like you have, let's just say you have no money in your pocket and you're just starting out. You've got all the hunger and all the desire that you would ever want to have a business. And so you now are ready to go for it, and you know that you're going to start. If today is your mark, then today is it. If you already started in January, great. If you start in December, even better. And you just go all out. And that's what we've been doing here. And people oftentimes, they ask me, they say, you become a multimillionaire, and you've helped develop a lot of those out in the global market here in Agit. People that are, earning, 5-figure, 6-figure, and 7-figure incomes. And why are you so driven? What is it about, that this situation that you're in that makes you keep going? And I can tell you this, it's that old question that you can ask yourself, are you truly fulfilled with your life? And if you can't say without a shadow of a doubt, 100%, that you know what, you got it all going on for you, you're living to your highest potential, and you're achieving all the things you've ever imagined and dreamed for in your life, then you know what, this is the right place, and it is the right time, and this is the right company. Now it's a matter of what do we got to do to get there. I'm impressed with this young man named Balazs Kardos. You know, I'll tell you that, you know, he's somebody that when I first met him back at a GU event, it was in 2014. I believe it was around May. It's Orange County. And, you know, he really was somebody that stood out. He not only approached me and my son and Coach Alex at the time and basically said, listen, I'm a very successful guy. I'm already hitting big numbers in the sales world. Everybody wants to learn from me. But you know what? I'm looking for a coach. I'm looking for a mentor. And I know this is the company to do it in. And I want to know what it takes to become a 6A2, a 2-2, a 2-3, a 2-4, a 2-5, and above. I want to know what it takes. And you know what? I saw that man go to work. We started working with each other, and I saw him go to work, and I saw him achieve a level of success and really be one of the forefront guys for the young demographic, who, by the way, the young demographic are interested in their health. They are interested in how they look, and they're motivated. They don't like the statistic of over $1 trillion in debt in this country for student loans, and they don't want to necessarily go down that route of going through that like their parents did, their grandparents did, and end up in debt and broke and not getting what they want out of life. And that's why they're moving into this industry. And it's not just an adjunct, it's this industry. And so it's what you have to ask yourself today as you listen to Balazs and you listen to his wisdom and his training is, how do I get a guy like that into my business who is moving forward? Now, he spent the last month, you know, in Hawaii, and so he's probably got a Hawaiian shirt on. He was in Oahu, and he's probably got a layer around his neck, and he's definitely living a good life. He's the founder of the Global Prosperity Movement. He's a 6A2, quickly approaching 6A2-2, and we are very excited to have you, Balazs Kardos, on the phone today. So welcome, my friend. Good to have you on the call. Good to have you on the call, buddy.
It's always a pleasure to be on this call with everybody, and I just wanted to quickly say thank you so much for believing in me, as well as Jillina. You guys are amazing. I love your entire family so much, and I'm still buzzing from seeing you guys up on that Legends panel at GoPro. Wow, you guys are something else, man. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much, my friend. I just want to again, you know, just reiterate. It's exciting to be on the call with you, Balazs, because I just, you know, you're. I wish I had 5 or, you know, 1 more of you, because I know that you're a guy that's hungry. I know that you're a guy that's got goals. You're going after your goals. I know that you have an exact plan. It's not you're not just wandering out, trying to figure out how you're going to get to 6A2-2, not only achieve that rank, but achieve the lifestyle. I listen to you all the time. You're always in some sort of training. You're always traveling, and you're doing your business wherever you go. And I just, you know, I just know that today, and by the way, I just got news that not only are you coming out to train at the GU event last weekend, Jillina said you got 15 people to jump on a plane from Vancouver. Is that true?
Yeah, my team is so amazing. They continue to just surprise me with their commitment and how badly they want to really make an impact on the planet, to change lives, to help others, and they're so committed to whatever it takes. And it's becoming our culture on our team to not make excuses, to not say the things other people say so we don't have the things other people have. And yeah, in a matter of 24 hours, there was a snowball effect of people booking their flights, booking their hotels, and we might be closer to 20 people coming now, I'm not sure. But I'm really, really excited for everybody to come down from.
And you know what? I mean, I'm moved, I'm touched, and I'm impressed. And because it's the bottom line is you and I both know whether we want a little bit of success, we want a lot of success, whatever that is. Whatever that is, consistent effort over time produces results. And so I have to sort of, I never know what I'm going to ask somebody on a phone call. But, I asked you to come on out. I said we're going to start off the year with a bang. We are going after the distributors in Enagic. We're going to attract the distributors in Enagic that basically want it. They want to be a part of the movement, this Kangen journey to freedom, and they're not. There's no excuses, no more stories. Well, I shoulda, woulda, coulda. I can't because of this. I can't because of that. So, the old saying is, you know how it is, Balazs, you invite people to your demo, right? And you know very well that everybody sitting in the room is not going to buy our product. And you know that not everybody in the room is ready for success. And there's a price to pay for success. Like you are, like 20 of your young team members that are, heck, there are people that are down the street that have a story about why they can't come. And it's not about GU. It's not about, an event happening in Canada, an event happening in New York. It isn't about the fact that, we know that in June that the global conference is coming, and we don't get started in June. We got started at the end of last year. And for people that are just getting started now, they're already behind people that began working for 2015, at the end of 2014. So I have to ask you right out of the gate, how do you impress upon people? That means, because I hear all the time people say a comment, and I bet people on the phone make the same comments. And here's the comments that I hear. I just don't have the right people in my business. I just don't have the right team. I just don't know the right people. I don't, it's like, and what's interesting is anytime I hear something going wrong, I hear leaders talk like this. What have I done wrong as a leader that has gotten that kind of response? And that's what I do to myself. I've already been down to LA Live. I've already checked out the venue. I've already, now have a restaurant that's exclusively, going to be for us that evening. But why am I going again? I can just have my audiovisual guy, my producer, meet with my audiovisual guy. I don't need to do an hour-and-a-half drive one way. I can just have them do it. So it's the same thing with you. What moves you to do what you do, and how did you get 20 people to book a flight, jump on a plane, rearrange their schedules when people down the street are already making an excuse about why they can't come?
Yeah, you bring up a really good point, Eli. It really comes down to a few different things, in my opinion. Number one, when you know where you're going, you make certain decisions based upon that end result that you're looking for. And as a leader, you can't really make anyone do anything. So when your approach is you have to, this kind of angle, it's not really going to get through because you're kind of parenting. You're ordering people around or telling them what to do. And we're in a business of being in business for ourselves but not by ourselves. So you don't want to have that same approach like a boss telling you that they got to be somewhere, they got to do something. The best thing that you can do is share your perspective as someone who's been there, done that, and come back with a message. So for me, I can only share my experience about what you've done for me. what Coach Alex has done for me, how GU in Anaheim changed the trajectory of my life, the trajectory of my business, and I can come back and say, look, here's what happened when I went. Here's what I experienced. Here's how I felt. Now, if this is something that you're looking for in your life, then you got to make it happen. You got to book your flight. You got to get down to this event. Do I know exactly what's going to happen when they show up? Do I know exactly what little tiny thing is going to shift in their mind, or what they're going to learn, or what skill? I have no idea. It's going to be completely different for each person that shows up. But what I do know is during that event, at some point, it might even be walking to the bathroom or meeting someone in the bathroom, or who knows, something will happen where the value of that experience is going to far outweigh whatever sacrifice you had to make, whatever amount of money you had to pay to be there, whatever the case might be. And you always have to ask yourself, how can I make this happen? Instead of I can't, and telling yourself these stories, because at the end of the day, the truth is we all have the stories. Everybody can come up with the stories. But these events, they have something special. There's this collective consciousness, this energy. When you put 400, 500, 800, 1,000, etc. into a room where they all have a common vision, a common goal, that energy transcends everyone. You don't know. You can't explain it. It's metaphysical, quantum physics, something like that. Something's going on, but there's a magnetic field in that room. You can't get that anywhere else, and you can't bring that home. You can't go home and be like, oh, man, this is what I learned. Nope, sorry, you missed out. It's just not the same. So that's a big thing. So I just try to share my experience with somebody, and I let people self-select. So that's a really big thing that I want you guys to understand. When your vision of where you're going is crystal clear, people that you speak to about the vision, they self-select themselves. They put their hand up and say, I'm on board, or no, thank you. And that's exactly what you want. When your vision isn't clear and you don't know exactly what kind of people you want to work with and do business with, what happens is you get a random mix of people with random interpretations of your vision and their own vision. So now you have a group of people that are kind of like the same as an employee mindset, where there's all different walks of life in the room, and you're not really getting anywhere very quickly because everyone's running in a different direction. The more clear, the more specific you get, people self-select and say, you know what, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Not kind of what I'm looking for, but exactly what I'm looking for. And they get excited and put their hand up and come on board. And other people that are kind of iffy or they're not sure, they're saying, you know what, this isn't my thing. And a lot of people look at that as a bad thing. And actually, it's the best thing ever, because now you know that you're getting a certain type of person that you get to decide what that looks like for yourself and your business. And next thing you know, you got this dream team of people that all like each other. They're all friends. The culture's like a family. And it's something very special. And that's what we've created with the Global Prosperity Movement and our GPM family, which is so exciting. So that's a little bit about that. And another thing is, you mentioned how when you have a specific strategy, my mentor years ago said to me, you're either a wandering generality or a meaningful specific. And that messed with me so much, because I kept walking around after that, and I was just looking at people that, were all over the place, at the mall, on the street, etc. And I was like, holy smokes, there's a lot of wandering generalities that are just sort of floating through life, not sure where they're going to end up. They bounce around based on their circumstances. Things happen to them. They don't make things happen. They just wait around and see what life brings up, and it's kind of whatever. And next thing you know, 5 years goes by, and it's the same old. And then you see people with a purpose, a meaningful specific. They know exactly what they want. They go after it, and people jump out of their way because they're like, I don't even know what's happening, but I can't be in the way of this person because they're going to go get what they want. And that's a question you should ask yourself. Are you a wandering generality or a meaningful specific? Get very clear on what you want, and all of a sudden really great things start to happen.
Okay, so that in itself, in a lot of ways, had always even been something that, although I have done, Jillina and I have done incredibly well. You were there with us at the Iroquois event. You witnessed what happened, And although we have, I can recall back in the day, Balazs, when, I hear seminar after seminar after seminar after seminar, and they'd always talk about goals. And in a lot of ways, it was something that I can remember a time in my life when it wasn't, it seemed vague to me. And it seemed difficult to really specifically, as you say, sort of write down and know exactly where you're going. And, here we are in a time where people are literally branding themselves. I'm sure you're branding yourself. I was up very early this morning at 6 a.m. Talking with a gentleman that I met at the event in Vegas. And he's at another company, which is fine. We've become friends. And, we've been talking about branding and how critical it is to brand oneself. Not even necessarily just to a company, but to brand oneself because, people are going to, let's face it, they don't just buy the product, they're buying you. They're buying Balazs, and if they trust you, they like you, if they're confident in who you are and where you're going, and to boot, if they've got a company that knows who they are and knows where it's going, that's a really great combination. And then people make decisions. I mean, we know one thing here. When someone looks at an Magic, they say, "Oh wow, what an amazing company! I like what I see. They seem like this is stable. I can build here. I can build a legacy for my family. This is a legacy company. And you know what? I think I want to make Magic my home, my vehicle to get to where I want to go. So I can then make the money, make that income, so I can then have money work for me, whether it's buying real estate and having assets work for you, whatever that is. But what is it about being that likable sort of, not even just likable, somebody that when someone looks at you, they say, wow, that guy knows where he's going, and I want to follow him. And most of people don't have goals. They don't. You know that. I know that. And they don't know where they're going. They're wandering generalities. And 2015 is going to be another wandering year for a lot of people. And for others, it's going to be the most successful year of their entire, it's going to transform their entire life. So how does one become, sort of an entity, a person that others want to do business with?
Well, Eli, you mentioned earlier how you hear people say, I don't have the right people on my team, I don't have the right team. Those types of mindset angles, I guess, or perspectives, it comes down to you're not the right person. And if you already were the right person, let me rephrase that, the right version of yourself, then the goals and the dreams that you have, you would already have them in your reality. But the truth is that you attract who you are. You attract who you become. So who you're attracting right now today as the current person that you show up in the world as is not going to be the same person 6 months from now if you're working on yourself, if you have personal growth, personal development, because the only way we really learn anything new is through the association with other people and through books and audios and seminars. And that's about it. So if you're not reading, you're not learning, and you're not meeting new people, your paradigm, your perspective, your opinion, your beliefs, how are they going to change? If you're always talking to the same people that view life the same way and they're not changing, you won't change. If you're not learning new things, your opinion won't change either. So that's what I'm saying is that if people are saying that, you got to ask them, be like, well, how much time are you spending working on you? And when it comes to your warm market, for some reason, people have this idea that your warm market is a fixed group of people, but it's not. It's a variable. It interchanges. There's certain people in your warm market today that weren't there 5 years ago, or there should be, and there's other people that are in your warm market today that won't be 5 years from now because people change, things change. So that group that we call the warm market will continue to evolve. So what I mean is, if you're not happy with the type of people that you're doing business with, it's a reflection of who you are. So really, you're unhappy with who you are. So you need to work on that. And then as you continue to meet new people, you will attract people that you're becoming. So down the road, all of a sudden you're like, wow, I'm meeting all these positive, motivated, personal development focused people. Well, guess what? That's because you have become that before then. And that's how it works. So when it comes to being likable and all this type of stuff, I think there's a lot of different factors. It's definitely a process that people go through. It's a journey. You just want to start working on yourself internally, not worried, not focusing on other people. And next thing you know, you're going to put yourself in situations where you're meeting all these cool people and you're going to be like, wow, this is what I wanted. This is what I'm looking for. And my team is a reflection of me. If my team is doing really well, if my team is doing awesome, then I'm like, okay, I'm on the right track. But if I want to go to the next level, I know I first have to go to the next level. And that's why you mentioned earlier, I'm always learning. I'm always reading. I'm always listening to audios. I'm always in a learning mode. I never say I already know that. I never say I don't need to go to that event. Like I have people that are an addict that I know who say, I don't need to go to GU. I've already been. And I'm like, okay, well, that shows a lot about the way you think about these things, because it's not about going or not going. It's about you have to continue to go, because an event is like the lifeline of your business. You know, it's like, imagine if your business was your cell phone and you didn't plug in your phone to charge the battery, what would happen? You're going to have this square, flat technology standing in your hands. It's going to be like a brick. You can use it as a coaster for your beer or something, I don't know. But it's pretty much useless if it doesn't have power. That's what your business is. You're sitting on a multi-million-dollar opportunity. It's sitting on your kitchen counter. You don't go to an event, and that thing doesn't even do anything for you. You know what I'm saying? And there's people out there that look at this opportunity in different ways, and that's why, you know, it's a black box business model. One person looks at this as making $500 extra a month to pay off their car loan or their help with their rent or put food on the table. That's great. But someone else is looking at the exact same opportunity, the exact same business, the exact same comp plan, everything identical across the board as $100,000 a month opportunity. Why is that? You know, that's what I always wonder. Why is that? Well, because people have different size imagination. Small minds look at small goals. Big minds look at big goals. And you got to continue to expand that. I'm looking for the big dreamers. So when I talk to people, I tell them I'm going to hit $100,000 a month plus in an adjunct. Most people can't handle that. They're like, what? I can't even imagine that kind of money per year. So guess what? The self-selection process starts. Because now, a lot of the time, people are just like, wow, I can't even fathom that. You know what I mean? But then there's some people that go, okay, fair enough, I can see that in the future, but I want to start smaller and work my way up. And those are the type of people I'm looking for, are the people that understand exponential growth. It's going to grow over time, but they have to have the big vision long term, because those are the people that are going to make big things happen in your business and as a business partner. So, yeah, so Eli, there's a lot of different factors in there. Everything that you do has a ripple effect. If you do nothing, it has a ripple effect of nothing. If you do big things, it has a ripple effect. So, for example, when I plan things for me, when I come to Hawaii as an example for a month, I understand the ripple effect of that. You know what I mean? I can see into the future. I know that when I come back from Hawaii, guess what? I can use this story in every single one of my meetings. Hey, guess what? I just came back from a month in Hawaii. Why? Because of this business. I know the value of the story, how powerful that's going to be, not just for me, but the ripple effect of my team who's edifying me for three-way calls and two-on-ones and group presentations. Guess how often they're using that story? Because guess what? There's probably people, a lot of people, that would love to do something like that. I know I did. I just made it a goal of mine to be able to go away during the holidays, and I focused on it, and that was my reward for all of 2014. I'm like, I'm going away for a month. I'm going to do it. And then, on top of that, I used it for business, because there's an Enagic office in Honolulu, and I wanted to come here and immerse myself with the culture to get to know the people, because I want to have a big business here, a big organization here, but I don't want to be an outsider who comes in just trying to sell machines or pitch this product. I wanted to come here, live with the people, get to know the culture, because guess what? I did a meeting yesterday with a local Hawaiian who's born and raised here for 2 hours, and we didn't talk about comp plan. We didn't talk about cash flow quadrant. You know what we talked about? We talked about life. We talked about family. We talked about different awesome hikes and different beaches in Hawaii. And you know what? At the end of the meeting, without even seeing the typical presentation I would normally do back in Vancouver, he said, how can I get involved? I like you. I want to do business with you. And now he's going to be buying a trifecta. Today, actually, right after this call, we're going to be setting him up. But that just shows you that if I hadn't come into this place with the understanding that business and life is different here, I wouldn't be getting through to anybody, because I'd be doing things the old way and not being open to doing things a new way. So that's why I came here for a month. There's multiple reasons. It goes levels deep, but I understand there's a ripple effect to every decision we make, every action we take, and all the ones we do not take as well. So, hopefully that puts things into perspective for some of you guys. When you're planning things out for the future, you got to be a visionary and see that there's multiple things happening all at once.
So let's talk about the trifecta effect and what that actually means for you and how you're utilizing this in your business, so other people out there can begin to take advantage of that.
Well, once again, the trifecta has a lot of power behind it, because you're getting multiple products. So there's multiple health benefits to getting the Ukon, getting the Enespa, getting one of our top-tier machines. We've been dealing primarily with the K8 since it was back in stock. Once in a while, an under-the-counter or a Platinum, but K8's definitely our focus. And it's for the serious business people. We approach it from an angle of, instead of asking someone would they like a machine or not like a machine after a presentation, we ask them how many they want. Do they want to start with 3, or they want to just get 1? And a lot of the times they're like, I'm just going to start with 1. And they almost make it seem like it's a bad thing. Well, I'm not quite ready for 3, I'm just going to do 1. So imagine what that does for our closing percentage. Imagine what that does for our ability to help people, is they're not choosing yes or no, they're choosing 1 or choosing 3. I was even joking with some of my leadership a while back how we should just make it 3 or 5 and see what happens. And we thought that would be fun, but haven't done that yet. But why not, right? Just change the question and start doing the, I don't know what it would be called, quadtuplet or something, the Enagic quadtuplet, and get a couple loaner machines thrown in there as well. So yeah, we were just joking around at the idea. Why not, right? See what happens.
Well, is the idea of look, obviously there's a lot of different ways that one could approach this conversation, but just in terms of purchasing, as opposed to somebody looking at the compensation benefits of doing that, when you say try, 3 or 1, are you saying to them Ukon, Enespa, or travel unit in addition to your K8?
Yeah, I mean, the thing about a sales process is the more streamlined you are, the less decisions someone has to make before they say yes, the better it is for everybody involved. A professional salesperson guides you and leads you towards where you want to go without asking too many questions about the decision process. Instead of listing off, hey, we got 15,000 machines, which one do you want? We just say, hey, look, here's the best seller. Here's the advantage of getting started with this package. And then once in a while, people say they don't want the Ukon for whatever reason. They want a travel unit instead. So we're still flexible. But we suggest the K8, the Enespa, and the Ukon because there's multiple health benefits. They're all completely different, unique products with different value. and also, the Ukon is one of the most underutilized products and parts of this business. And a lot of people aren't promoting it like they should be because they don't understand the long-term value of having people on the Ukon.
So explain that. So, you're sort of taking me through a process.
Okay, so the process is when we explain the different benefits of the product, the Ukon has, it's two businesses for the price of one, essentially. You're able to get the Ukon that is in the exact same business model, the same point structure, but it has different benefits. That every 4 months you renew your auto ship. You get commissions on everybody in your organization every 4 months, and every time they reorder the product, it counts as another sale, as a group sale towards your journey to 6A and beyond. So just by getting, let's say as an example, 30 people in your business on Ukon that keep it for an entire year, that turns into 90 group sales. So for these people that are focused on reaching their goals of going 6A and beyond, there's really no excuse to take longer than 12 months, in my opinion. With the amount of training that we provide with your events and everything, all the tools that we have in place, if someone's really going to get to work, even on a part-time basis, and they get started with a trifecta, 3 products, including the Ukon, and they promote the 3-product package, there's no excuse and no reason why someone can't go 6A in their first year.
Okay, well, if you are marketing and you are meeting new clients, obviously there's a lot of ways to meet new people. Going to seminars is one of those ways. There's just a lot of different ways of doing that. But in terms of how you sort of attack your business, whether it's warm market, cold market, how you sort of build it, and then how you build it through your people, can you sort of give us a glimpse? I know obviously you can't get into detail, but maybe you can sort of give us a glimpse of not only how you started your business, maybe how you're working it differently now compared to when you first started, how you meet people. Also, not only are you directly making sales, but then once somebody joins your business, to how important, that is what network marketing is. You and I both know that. You know that the success of our teams is our success. And it's just not about how much money I put in my pocket. It's how much money can I put in my guy's pocket when he just bought into the program. And the faster I do that, the more success we're going to have. But I sort of like to get an overall sense of how you're building, but also how you're sort of taking that client from the presentation. Are you going smaller? Are you using the Imagine Business presentation that we developed last year? Are you not? Are you doing something different in terms of how they're looking at it? Is it long and drawn out, or is it shorter and to the point now? And, are you handing out water, or are you asking people to make a decision within 48 hours, 72 hours max, so they can go ahead and begin to drink water and give their business a 30-day trial? I know I put a lot into one thing, but I sort of want you to get on a roll and just kind of give us some of that information.
You want me to go to roll, Eli? All right, that's something I can do. For example, when it comes to networking, when it comes to prospecting, I believe that a recruiter, a lot of people have a problem with the idea of recruiting. They have negative limiting beliefs about sales. They have negative limiting beliefs about recruiting people for all different programming reasons that they've grown up with through their environment, through their influences in their lives. The first thing you have to understand is that your business never sleeps. You're never not working. So you never know when you're going to meet somebody. Like, for example, I meet people on airplanes I lay on the beach and there's someone laying on a towel next to me. Next thing you know, I'm meeting them. If it's in the front of your mind to always be ready, then you don't have to get ready. And when you are focusing on you never know when you're going to meet someone, I believe that the people around you at all times are put there by the universe to be around you. There's no accidents in your reality. It's always happening with a reason. So if you're networking with a purpose, your ears are open, your eyes are open, you're always ready, and you're willing to take action, even if it's uncomfortable, even though you're maybe at a family dinner and you know that the people you're with, your spouse, your kids, your whoever, might judge you as, Balazs, you never stop working, can't you just put your phone down? Can't you just enjoy dinner? And it's like, yeah, of course I can, but you don't realize that person might be $1 million client in 5 years from now, and you don't see that. You don't understand that. I do. So give me a moment. Let me connect. Let me grab a phone number. Then and then we'll get back to dinner. Business can't wait. Opportunity doesn't wait. It's there 1 second, it's gone the next second. And when you're new in this business, you miss those chances constantly. And you think about it, you're like, I should ask for their name, I should ask for their number. Shoot, they're gone. They just closed the car door and they drove off. And that's what happened to me. There were so many chances where I thought about it, I knew I should, and I did it. And then it like messed with me, man. Like I couldn't sleep. It kept popping up in my head. I was like, oh man, like who knows? Who knows? I could have been like the best person ever. And I kept living in this regret and this I shoulda, coulda, woulda. And I kept promising myself each time that this happened, I won't let it happen again. And it did. It did, but it continued less and less. It became less and less of an issue. Now I'm pretty good. I'm still learning. I'm never going to be perfect. I lose less chances, lose less opportunities, but that's really how you gotta focus. My preference at the moment is meeting new people on Facebook. The reason why is because we have a global business. Facebook has a global reach. People have so much information about who they are, what's important to them with their pictures, their status posts, the things that they share. Is if you friend someone and you are different. Here's what I mean. There's people that add me on Facebook from Anagic, from other places, all the time. You know how many of them actually message me and say hello and introduce themselves and tell me why they added me or anything? Like 1%. Everyone else just adds me. I have no clue who they are. So when you're different, when you add someone and then you private message them and say hello, it's the same sort of interaction as you have with someone in person on the streets, at a coffee shop, or anywhere else. You got to be relatable and likable on Facebook too. So my formula, if you want to use this, go ahead by all means, is I add people with similar interests, or I add people in a certain geographic location where I would like to meet new people without having to travel. As an example, I had no friends in Hawaii before I came here. I had one friend actually. I'm actually staying at his place, and he bought a K8 right before I came, which paid for most of my trips. It was really cool. But I had no friends here. And what ended up happening is I went on Facebook, and if you go on your Facebook on your laptop, and you go to the search bar at the top on your browser, you can literally search people who live in Honolulu, people who live in Honolulu that like to surf. And I know it sounds ridiculous to people like, you and I, Eli, where it's like, really? It's that easy? Like, you're going to give me dynamite to go fishing? That's what it feels like, because it's just too easy. You don't have to pay for it. It's free. You can search anything you want, and it literally gives you a list of people, and you just add them. It's just like, here you go, make a friend, and you go down this list. Now, obviously, it's always a numbers game. Not everybody's going to be friendly and receptive to that type of thing happening. But some people do. They add you back, and as soon as they add you back, that's when the game begins. That's when the relationship starts. So if you do nothing, and you add them, and you leave it cold, and you don't contact them and say hello, they're kind of wondering what's going on. You're almost creepy. Like, who are you? Why did you add me? And now you don't talk to me. It's strange. So what I do is I add them as a friend. When they accept, I like their profile pic. I leave a compliment of some sort. It's always genuine, and I always mean it. But I look for ways to make others feel good about themselves. So I say, hey, nice shirt or nice background. Where did you go on a vacation? Whatever. I comment something. Then I scroll down their feed for like, I don't know, a week or two and see which one of their posts I like that I would have posted or that I agree with or whatever the case might be. And I also like a couple of those things. Now they're getting these notifications on their end. This new friend that they just added is starting to give value, is starting to appreciate them, is starting to compliment them. So now that barrier of who are you, you're a stranger, starts to go down because you're being different. You're being memorable instead of forgettable. And that's what you always have to ask yourself. You're either memorable or forgettable. And most people are forgettable. And that's why when you see them after 2 months, you're like, oh, yeah, have we met? Yeah, okay, cool, man. Yeah, nice to see you. But other people are memorable, and you're like, oh, yeah, what's up, man? And there's a difference. So anyway, so the point is I go through this process, and then I private message them and continue the conversation, and I just say, I'm looking to make new friends in Hawaii that like to surf. I'm coming into town in 2 weeks. I'm going to be there for a month. I don't really know much about the culture. It's my first time. Do you mind giving me some tips, some good beaches to check out, some hikes? And you gauge their interest. Are they really open and friendly and receptive? And if they are, you take them through that conversation. You get to know them. You show them you care. And then afterwards, you start asking them more tougher questions. What do you do for a living? They tell you. Is that it for you? Are you satisfied? Is that what you want to do for the rest of your life? You start kind of hitting these emotional triggers, and they start opening up to you. And they're like, wow, actually, I hate my boss, or I don't have enough time with my family. As an example, Michael, who's going to be joining us today, he's from Hawaii. And the ironic thing is what he does for a living is he teaches business owners exit strategies to sell off their companies because they don't want to do it anymore. It wasn't exactly what they had in mind or whatever the case is. So that he teaches them how to get out, right? Like he has the strategies and the plans for them to sell off their companies. But he works 100 hours a week, and he can't get out of his own business. He's a self-employed, straight commission salesperson in his consulting company. So, I was laughing with him. I'm like, isn't that weird, man? Like, you're continually helping people have freedom to get out of the business they're unhappy in, and yet you're unhappy and you can't get out. And he goes, yeah, man, I know. I think about it every day. It really sucks, but I got to make $15,000 a month just to pay my bills. And I'm like, excuse me, how much do you have to make per month? Like, I don't deal with people that make that kind of money very often. And he goes, yeah, I got 3 kids, 9, 7, and 2. They're all in private school. It costs me $50,000 a year just to put them in school, never mind food, never mind anything else. Then I got, I got all this other stuff. I got my investments, my savings. So I need $15,000 a month just to hit what I need. And he's working 100 hours a week. And how did I find this out? Is through these conversations, through these questions he opened up. And, wow. And then you just get to know people. Complete stranger is now a good friend who I met yesterday for 2 hours, had a conversation, and he said to me, how can I be a part of this? I've seen so many MLMs. They all have the auto ship thing. They all have all this stuff. I don't want to talk about it with anybody. So, it's not something I'm excited about, but this is water. He goes, this is just water. Man, wow. And his excitement was just so refreshing. It was so cool. So that's just a quick story about what is possible on Facebook when you make a friend, when you connect with people, you ask good quality questions, you're patient, and honestly, it's limitless. And the way I see it is, Enagic has all these international offices. Do I want to go and fly there to meet some new people? Of course I do. But why not prepare? Why not have a strategy where you make a goal to have 100 new friends in all the different cities where the Enagic offices are before you go? Why not? Sit on your laptop, search for it on Facebook, connect with these people for free. Yes, it takes time, sure, but it's free. And you do that. And then once you have a good following and you got some new friends and people who are ready to join your business, then you plan a trip, you go out there, you launch them. And it's fun, man. Honestly, I've never been more excited about my business since I discovered this magical free prospecting tool that's limitless. Nobody can ever make an excuse anymore that I don't know people, I don't have friends, I don't have a warm market, because I can show you in 7 seconds how to have an unlimited amount of new friends on Facebook, and that's just one way to do it. And I know that you do it many different ways. And at the same time, I'm always prospecting. I'm always got my eyes open. I always got my ears open. And I'm always asking people questions. and I'm always getting people's contact info. That's a huge, huge thing. Just ask. You know, the question, if you don't ask it, the answer is always no. And if you do ask it, what's the worst that could happen? No. But more times than not, they say yes. And that's important. So just ask, see what happens, go with the flow, and the more you do it, the better you get. Your other question was about getting people started, how I work with my team in depth. I believe that everybody has $1 million, multiple people that are $1 million earners or $1 million potential earners in their network the day that they start. They are there, they're somewhere, I just don't know them yet, and I have to sift and sort and go deep and find them. And that's really the thing. So when I do 2-on-1s, when I do 3-way calls with my team to launch them, here's what I do. I want them to warm up with acquaintances, people that they're not emotionally attached to first. People that if they say no, they call it a scam, it's not going to make you lose sleep at night. But what a lot of people do is they go straight to their mother, their sister, their brother, the people that they have such a strong emotional connection to right off the start. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to say. They're just pure excited, right? Ignorance on fire. And they get shut down hard. I've seen it happen over and over and over again. And it's really heartbreaking for the people you love to not see what you see, to break your heart. It sucks. And it can sometimes damage people forever. And they may still come to the meetings. They may still show up a little bit, but they're out. You know, they're done. They've quit. So what I do is, just like with anything, right, you're not going to go into the NBA championships and the very first game of the year that you play is the fourth quarter and you're expected to take the game-winning shot. No, you got to practice. You got to show up. You got to put in the time, put in the work. And this business is no different. So what you want to do in this business is you want to talk to people that if they say no, it's like you forgot about it. In one ear, out the other ear. At least you're learning. At least you're practicing. And I always tell my team to put their hot market off to the side until they get better, until they have results with the product, until they have results and some checks in their hand, until they have some action in their business that validates that they're doing it, that they're making it happen. And then the time comes for hot market later on. That's really important. So we practice, we warm up, you know, we get the little fuzz balls out. And then after that, I want to know what's your dream list. Who are your superstars? Who are the people that could absolutely transform your life if they join your business and they start putting in sales, they become a leader, they start blowing it up, right? Where's the leverage in your network? Make a list. Write down 5 reasons that they made the top 20, the top 25, the top 50 list. Write that down. Now they're going to leverage me or whoever their upline is, whatever leadership we have on GPM. There's so many incredible leaders on our team at this point. It doesn't have to be me, but somebody who is more experienced, knows what to do, and can really fight the fight, you know, because when you're dealing with successful people, when you're dealing with influential people, you got to know how to tango. You know what I'm saying? You got to know how to play the game. And I love that. I love the challenge. I want to be recruiting up, not just in my own business, but I want to be recruiting up in my team's business. I want to be finding the champions and doing those meetings for them rather than just doing meetings with Grandma and Uncle Susie, or I guess that doesn't make sense, Uncle Susie, but Auntie Susie. I want to be doing those meetings where it's the best of the best and sifting and sorting. And then, you know, if you have 20 champions that also each individually know 20 more champions, I mean, look at the possibilities of what you can accomplish. When it comes to the getting started process, I spent all of last year figuring out what I continue to teach over and over and over again with my time and my energy, and tried to figure out how I can take that information and put it into a training or a video that I don't have to do it anymore, where they could watch it and go through it, very much like your system. And in fact, the system it has played a huge, amazing role that you put together with Coach Alex and Jillina, has played a really big role in my business, and that's part of my getting started training process. It's not the only thing we use. We've added some different things to it, because the truth is that different people are at different stages when they start their business. And what I mean by that is you got some experienced salespeople, you got people that have never sold anything. So you got to meet people where they are at. And what I mean that is some people don't even understand network marketing. They don't know where it came from. They don't know how it originated. They don't know the history of what even happened. and they need to be educated on that so they have confidence about the network marketing industry, because they are going to take a lot of heat from people. There's going to be a lot of ignorant people that don't understand. So if they can't hold their weight, never mind your company and your product and your business model, but if you can't hold your weight with confidence and conviction and certainty about the industry that you're in, how do you expect to ever get anywhere in your business? How do you expect to ever have any success? So you got to meet people where they're at. And then, the next thing is you take them through this process, and it's a self-selection process once again. Here's the training. Go through it. When you're done, call me, and we'll go to the next step. If they don't call you, they don't want to do the business. It's really that simple. As a leader, the bigger your team is. Like, Eli, your team's like 6,000 billion people. I don't even know how big it is anymore, but it's really big. I know for a fact you value your time. You're not going to mess around with somebody who's not serious, somebody who doesn't have integrity, somebody who doesn't do what they say they're going to do. You don't got time for that, man. Neither do I, and neither should anybody else in this business. You're going to work with the people that do what they need to do, follow through, and then you're going to give them everything, right? I always tell my team, I'm like, I will match your energy. You give me 1,000%, I'll give you 1,000%. You give me 0%, I'll give you 0%. So whatever you want from me, give that first, and I'll give it in return. And it's amazing. People are like, all right, let's do this. Here I am in Hawaii, and I told my team, I'm working. This is lifestyle. I don't turn off my business. I'm not on a vacation. I didn't vacate from nothing. I love my life. I just happen to choose to live here for 30 days, and I'm going home in a couple days, and I'll continue to live wherever I want to choose after that. But the thing is this, people have their own limitations, their own paradigm that holds them back. Like, there's a lot of people in my team that haven't reached out to me, haven't wanted to set up calls, haven't wanted to set up meetings, because in their mind, I'm on vacation. I'm not on vacation. I never once said, don't call me, I'm not taking calls while I'm out of town. I never once said that. Their own limitations are being imposed upon me because I'm not there. See what I'm saying? But there's other people who understand that, no, I haven't said no to a single call, no matter what I was doing. I excuse myself from whatever I'm doing, and I take the call. And that's a really important thing as a leader, is you have to make yourself available, always. And if you do that and you're that committed to your team, obviously amazing things are going to happen. You also asked, what I'm doing at this point and how that's changed. At the beginning of your business, when you start, it's all about direct sales. It's all about recruiting. It's all about getting people started personally. You know what I mean? There's none of this, I recruit 2 people and I wait for them to take me to success. No, that's a loser's mentality. You got to get out there and you got to grind it out and you got to make moves. I believe that you pretty much are focusing on personals all the way to 6A. That's it. After that, 6A2, you got to balance a little bit. You got to be a little bit more of a supporting role with doing presentations for others and stuff after 6A. And then once you're 6A2, it really changes from you being the guy. Like, I used to be the guy, like I was at the front of the room doing the meetings. It was all about me. It's the Balazs show. And yeah, it was fun. I love doing meetings. It's my favorite thing. I love talking in front of people. It's so fun for me. It's so exciting. I get a thrill. But I realized that if I'm going to be the focus of my organization, I'm never really going to get to where I need to go. Because if I'm not there, my business ceases to exist. So then I changed my focus and I said, okay, how many other people, never mind duplication, but how many people can I turn into me? How many people can I teach everything that I know and have them evolve into an even better version of me? And it's starting to happen right now in my organization. Like, I got a guy, he's so incredible, and he's stepping up day after day after day. Shane, Tyler, Victor, Carling. This guy, he literally is like, every 7 days, he morphs into like Power Ranger mode, like morphin' time, boom, next level. Every Tuesday, he has a meeting at a GPM penthouse. Okay, we got a penthouse in Vancouver. He got a penthouse with a couple other awesome guys, Jamie and Corey, for this business. So imagine this. He gets a penthouse. It's like 3,000 square feet, 2 floors, can fit like 50, 60 people in it, just for this business. I mean, yes, of course, he lives in a penthouse and it's nice, but his mindset was, if I buy, or if I, he's renting, whatever, leasing, it's all good, doesn't matter. But if I get a penthouse in Vancouver and I can fill the room every Tuesday with people, what's that going to do for my business in 12 months, 18 months? Very, very wise decision, okay? So now I got this guy on Tuesday. Then I got Jordan Rouse, who's another incredible leader. He's probably less than 10 sales away from 6A. So he's going to be another 6A in Shane's business who's doing a product-focused Monday night. So we got product-focused, no business talk, no comp plan, science, health, how it works in the body, right? Monday night. Tuesday night, we have a business overview presentation. So we invite people back from Monday and we funnel them into the Tuesday. Wednesday, we have more of we call it Sexy Water Wednesday. Another incredible leader who's almost at 40 group sales, coming up really fast, David Addison. What he does is he focuses more on like everyone's equal. We share stories and testimonials, very relaxed approach. Everybody has it's like a group discussion. So it makes people feel really welcome, and it's a different focus. And Thursdays, we're back at the Penthouse. Jamie T. Brock, who's like my little brother, he's an amazing guy. He's coming up, just blowing it out of the water. Jamie T. Brock is now rocking Thursday nights at the Penthouse as well. A little bit of a different vibe. He has eight years of door-to-door experience, so he really understands how to do that. And we take certain people to that presentation. At the same time that presentation is happening, we have Bobby, who's running Thirsty Thursdays, and it's a training session, and he's going through like hands-on skills of network marketing, inviting, prospecting, presenting in Surrey, which is kind of near where we live. And what they do is they tune in, the entire group of people that go there for training, they tune in to Jamie's presentation and do the training afterwards. I'm going to be doing, starting right when I get back from Hawaii, a webinar on Fridays, and then on Saturdays we're doing presenting training. So we're actually taking leaders through how do you do your own meeting in your own local market. We're doing that on Saturday, which is happening right after this call. Shane Tyler, Victor Carling is leading that. We're going to be doing that every 2 weeks. So my point here in all of this is I used to be the guy. Every Wednesday it was me, and people would come. But if I didn't do the meeting, nothing would happen. So after I hit 6A2 last summer, I was like, whoa. What I got to do is now develop the new generation of leaders, the new generation of trainers, the new generation of presenters, and they will do the same thing. And my goal is to have 10 presentations a day. Right now we got 1 a day. So imagine we have 70 presentations group. I'm not talking about one-on-ones, two-on-ones, or three-way calls. I'm talking about group presentations, 70 a week across North America, across the world. We have people popping up in Shanghai, Trinidad, Spain, Australia. It's out of control. We got Kansas that's blowing up. We got people joining in LA. Like, it's super exciting what's going on. But I kind of have had to check my ego and just be like, all right, I don't want to be the guy anymore. Let me just be the guy in the back of the room that, maybe says hello, shares my story once in a while or something. But let's have my team shine. Let's have them be the ones that kick butt. And that way, when you go away for a month to Hawaii, your business is still exploding. Things are still happening. I was tuning in from my cell phone where I was able to just see what was going on in the presentation. And that's another thing. The technology that we have access to these days is mind-boggling. Like, we got this thing called Zoom. It's better than Skype, and you can download it on your phone. I think it's free. And you can plug in to different people and do video conferences for all of your presentations. So people that are out of town can tune in on their laptops from anywhere in the world. That's a huge benefit to your business. And then we got this other app called Oovo. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's OOVOO. And this has been around for quite some time. It has 100 million users around the world. And you can have up to 12 people video conferencing from their smartphone at the exact same time. So you can do like a little meeting with people from all over the world on this little thing on your phone, and you don't have to even be there in person. Like, are you kidding me? Everything is just aligning. We have all the things that you could ever imagine to have massive success, but it's just, what are you going to make of it? What are you going to do with this business? Are you going to look at this as some little water filter on your counter and occasionally get a referral because it kind of happened by accident? Or are you going to sit there and break through your paradigm, break through your limitations, and start telling yourself, I can sell 1 of these a day myself. Why not? Some people sit there and they're like, well, I can sell 1 of these every now and again. You're not dreaming big enough. You're not dreaming big enough fast enough. You know what I mean? Coming to LA Live this weekend, you can't afford not to come, period. Anybody that doesn't come, you get left behind, straight up. Good luck catching the people in your business, in an adjunct that show up to LA Live. You just won't be able to because there's no amount of education, there's no amount of meetings that you can attend in your local market that will even come close to what's going to be happening in LA this coming Saturday. So I know I went off on a little tangent. You asked me to go on a roll. I didn't mean to take up too much time. So back over to you, brother.
No, not at all. This is exactly what I wanted. And I tell you, everyone that's listening, I'm getting texts and again, what an amazing lifestyle, Balazs. You're in Hawaii for a month. I'm in the back seat. I've got my daughter's boyfriend, Anthony, who's actually her biggest leg and has brought in a whole new slew. As you know, the young demographic are really, really going after the network marketing industry. And I'm enjoying life. I mean, so while I'm doing this, and I remember, again, back to how we started the call today, I remember dreaming. And I remember sitting in a car with successful networkers back in 1995, 96. And I remember watching, and the industry hasn't changed in the sense that, they were still working a phone and talking to somebody. And it was a pager, whatever it was. And I remember thinking to myself, I want this lifestyle. I want to be able to live my life and do what I want to do, still, and my income still comes in. Like you said, you took yourself out of the picture. You took your ego out of the way because you're leveraging, that's what we are. We're in the leveraged, industry, and you're leveraging yourself through relationships of like-minded entrepreneurs that have joined you, that, want this Kangen journey of freedom, that want, physical health, emotional health, and money health. And I think that what's happened in Magic up to right now has been so heavy-sided on the product. There's no doubt about it. We are a product company that happens to have a business. Everybody else is a business company that happen to have a product. So you and I both understand, and many people on the call understand, we are different, but at the end of the day, if you really look at, what's going on with the fact that now 40% of men are the biggest buyers of anti-aging products in everything from health care to skin care to beauty care, and water at the top of that list. And, just, I guess what I'm so excited about listening to you is I think to myself, yeah, we can finally talk about business. We went through our transition here in America. We've been here 11, 12 years in America, and we talk product, to where all we were attracting were end users. People that just wanted to use a product. And I mean, I had somebody tell me, that I don't know if they're listening online, and it's young people that are just making big money here, right? And the person told me this. They said that they have been doing all product demonstrations with no mention of business this entire time, and they're ready to make a shift to attracting business builders. Because the old saying, Balazs, if I talk to one person that's only, whether they're sick or they're only interested in health conversation, I make one sale. It's one transactional sale. I talk to a business builder, and I show them the amazing company, systems, support, leadership, compensation, et cetera. I can help hundreds and thousands of people in the area of health. And so this person said to me that they actually were afraid to talk to the people that they were doing demos for about money. That they had an absolute fear, but now they're listening to guys like you and Colton and, Mickey Wade and, Omar Ramirez and just so many people across the country. Jerry Costa did a phenomenal call last Saturday, and people are now saying, okay, you know what? There's a lot of people that don't want to make money. And that is a priority in their life. They want lifestyle. And we are the best
lifestyle. Yep.
We are the ultimate lifestyle company. So in closing, where are we heading?
Eli, honey, I'm your wife, so I get to interrupt.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
I just want to take a moment to acknowledge you, Balazs. I mean, you know, Eli and I, we love you. You are a rock star. But I'm sitting here listening to you, okay? And it's just like this company starts with Mr. and Mrs. Oshiro, okay? Your global prosperity movement started with you. You have an amazing team. You are a true leader. You are amazing. Your team, what you guys are doing every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have heard this gentleman, this man who will be a legend in this industry, and what his team is doing every single day, all out massive action. Ask yourself this: how bad do you want it? How bad are the team members that you have on board, your team? Team is about doing something together in this to win it, correct? I remember, Balazs, one of the first times Eli interviewed you, how you were talking about how you were building your team and how you were finding out from them what they are going to bring to the table, because you already know what we have here. We have an amazing product and a business. But you interviewed your team members and qualified them to make sure that they're the types of people that you're looking for, because you know exactly where you are going, and now your team does too. So I just want to acknowledge you as a leader here, and your team. We love you guys. You know that. You are all rock stars, and we are excited for you. So, Eli, I'm going to give it back to you, honey.
Thank you, Jillina. I appreciate you.
We appreciate you, honey.
Thank you, Jillina. So, Balazs, in closing, where do you see the Nags going for 2015, and what's the closing? I'm assuming, obviously, you've told everybody they need to get off their booty and they need to do certain things, and I love it. You're direct and you're kind, and I love it. What's your last comments that you want to make sure?
Well, you know, Eli, thanks for everything. I believe that we have an ability to really share something so special with people and where we're going. And the only way you can really get through to someone is if you can have a parallel story. You know, Shane Carling has this great explanation about the water, and he keeps it so simple. He says that the Kangen water is the exact opposite of all other types of water that we are drinking. That's it. And it's simple, but it puts it into perspective. Now, unless you're drinking it straight from a glacier that is uncontaminated with no pollution, you're not going to be drinking pristine, perfect water from nature unless you drink the Enagic Kangen water. And then he says, if you were in China, downtown Hong Kong, where it's heavily polluted, and you were breathing all day long, and then you were breathing the same amount of air in the Rocky Mountains, you know, fresh glacier air from there, how would you feel? Would you feel better in the mountains than you would in the pollution, you know, having the same amount of air? And then everyone agrees with you. And then, you know, there's different qualities of gasoline you put in your car, different qualities of wine. If you eat McDonald's all day, you're going to feel different than if you eat vegetables and fruits all day. Doesn't it make sense that you're going to feel different when you drink a different kind of water? And now they've already agreed with the perspective of, yes, there's different qualities of air and food and gas and wine. Okay, I get it. So now it makes it easier for them to agree that there's different qualities of water. That's it. No science, no fancy talk, no nothing. It's not necessary. You know what I mean? And out of all the people that I know, Shane is one of them who can definitely talk science and definitely break it down and get very technical and complicated. But the problem is 90% of the people won't understand. So when you talk about the business, when you talk about the future, when you talk about where we are going, you want to also do the same thing. So, for example, imagine you had stock in Apple before the iPhone came out, what would your life look like today? And you put things into perspective like that. And once people start to see the past, the present, and the future, the trends, the way things have happened in comparison to what has already taken place in history, and you take them back a few years that they can relate to because they've lived through it, they've experienced it, and then say, look, this is the same thing, except right now you're still in the present. You still have enough time to be part of this incredible success story to change your life. You know what I mean? So if you don't take action, if you don't do this, that's fine. It makes no difference to me in the sense that I already have the best health product on my kitchen counter. I already have a business that allows me to do whatever I want, the lifestyle that I want. I'm good. I'm taken care of. What I'm saying to you is I can help you create the same thing. And sometimes when you do big things in life, people are intimidated by your success, but other people are inspired by the same success. And one of the things about network marketing is that when you share your lifestyle, when you share your success with other people, and you make sure that you're sharing it from a place of love, and you're sharing it from a place of compassion and caring about other people and saying, look, I can teach you to do the same thing. You don't have to hate on me. You don't have to be jealous and bitter and talk negative things behind my back. All you have to do is reach out and say, please, show me what you're doing. I'm willing to do whatever it takes. Those are the types of people I work with. Majority of my personal sales are people that come to me most of the time because of that, because I have an open hand. I have an open front door. I'm never going to turn my back on anybody that wants to change their life, that is ready to rock and roll. But there's a power in someone falling to their knees, saying I need help, saying give me, whatever it is that I need from God, from a mentor, from a coach, and being like, please, I'm ready to change my life. There's a power in that rather than you going to them. I believe that strongly. So I share with people a vision. I share with people what has happened to me in my life over the last number of years, specifically in the last, little bit over a year since I've been full-time now with Enagic. I share people what I've been able to accomplish. I ask them what they're willing to do. And the thing about the money side of Enagic is it's all about questions. When you ask the right questions and you can get deep into somebody about their true desires in life, what's the money going to be used for? If you had $1 million cash, you're not going to just put it in some room and lay on it. There's something you want to do with that money. What is it? That's what we want to find out. When you want to make a certain amount of money per year or per month, it's not about the money. You know what I mean? It's about what does the money get you? What is the ultimate reason why you want it? And when you find that out and you ask, then you ask them, what's your plan? What's your plan to have that? Because that dream is your birthright. You deserve to have whatever it is that you want. It's unique, it's special, it belongs to you. In this lifetime, you must live that dream or else you wouldn't have it. But if you don't have a plan, if you don't have a strategy, then you're screwed. Excuse my language, but you are. And you're going to live with regrets. And one day, when it's the end of your life, the dreams that you have inside of you are going to die with you, right? The most expensive place in the world is the graveyard because people's dreams, their goals, their desires never come out because they're too afraid to take action. They're too afraid for change. They're too comfortable to do something different. So all my job is to do is to inspire greatness in someone else. It's not to do it for you. It's for you to believe that you can do it for yourself. And all I ever try to do for anybody is believe in them more than they believe in themselves because, unfortunately, people have been, how do I put it? People have been beaten up, and you can't. You're not good enough. You're not worthy enough. You're just not good enough to make it happen. You're not as beautiful as so-and-so in Hollywood. You're not as talented as so-and-so here. And that's all a bunch of bogus. You know what I mean? We all have greatness within us. And as a leader, all you try to do is you try to guide people to realize they can and they will and they must do it, and then share where we're going, share the future. We just launched Project 1000. Why? Because I want my team to believe what's possible in 2015. We're going to partner with 1,000 different people this year just on the business lifestyle side of Enagic alone. Never mind the countless people we're going to help with the water, the health benefits and testimonials, never mind. But there's a vision. GPM Project 1000. And all of us together, we can do that. We can change 1,000 people's lives. So when we sit down in a meeting, we say, look, do you want to be one of these 1,000 people that we change your life in the next 12 to 18 months? Yes or no? If not, that's okay, because we're going to talk to like 10,000 this year, and we're only choosing 1,000. So if you don't want to do it, that's no problem. They're all good. Just buy the machine, drink it, you'll be healthy, no problem. See what I'm saying? So when you set that motion, here's what we're going to accomplish this year, most people can't see that far. You know, it's intimidating. It's scary. What's going to happen this year? But you set it in stone. Here's where we're going. Here's what we're doing. Here's what we're going to accomplish. We're going to go to 20,000 units a month with the Magic globally around the world, Mr. Oshiro's goal. We're going to hit that. No problem. 20,000, are you kidding me? Let's do 100,000 a month. You know, let's do 500. Let's do 1 million a month. You know, 20,000 is just a stepping stone towards where we're going, which is massive momentum, which is unstoppable growth. And everybody who's ever doubted us is going to shake their head going, man, they said they were going to do it, and they did it. You know? So I'm pumped up, Eli. I'm excited. Don't miss the boat. And you know what's funny? Even if you're on the boat, you can still miss the boat. You know what I mean? It's like you can be sitting on the Enagic boat or the bullet train of compassion right now. You could have a machine. You could be on this call. You could be at the event. And you can still miss the boat by not taking action, by not doing the things you know you should do when you should be doing them. And guess what? It's even worse to tell your family 5 years from now, 10 years from now, I had the machine, I made the investment, I went halfway, but I didn't go all the way. Ouch. Don't be that guy. Don't be that girl. Make your family proud. Make yourself proud. Live your dreams. I love you guys. It was such an amazing experience.
Balazs, check it out. But, you know, this is probably the longest call I've done, and that's not the point. The point is that the people that are on it are the ones that really want it. The people that stayed all the way through are the ones that say, you know what, man, I'm sitting here at LA Live right now, and there's something, there's an energy, I feel it. It isn't the fact that I got Nokia right next to me, and the Staples Center, and and the square, and the restaurants, and the people, and the movement. The reason that we you know, Omar Ramirez had said, Eli, you gotta go to LA Live, bro. You gotta do this thing. I said, really? I said, okay. Well, I came down here and I said, okay, whatever it takes. I don't care what it costs. Let's do it. Why? Because there's an energy, and like you said it's like you can be in it, you can miss it, but you know what? This energy right now, the starting of the year. Okay, so here we go. We got tickets at $99, right? I want you to do this, Balazs, because I want people to hear how a professional does it. You have $99 tickets that are going up to $127 Monday night at midnight. The VIP, this gets you right up front and all kinds of extras, is $147. It's not going up at all. Okay, so how do you close that out, my friend?
Here's the bottom line. Whatever your excuse is for not going at this moment, guess what? It's not too late. You can still book a flight. You can still get in a car. You can still carpool. You can still make it happen. So wherever you're at right now, whether you've committed to this event or not is irrelevant. What matters is what you're going to do right now. What matters is where's your butt going to be this Saturday afternoon. That's what matters. Now listen, this event will teach you what you need to learn to get to the next level in your business. If you're a 1A, you're going to get to 2A. If you're a 2A, you're going to get to 3A. If you're a 3A, you're going to get to 4A. If you're a 4A, you're going to get to 5A, and so on and so forth, okay? The point is, if you don't have the money, get the money. And here's the thing. Everything is business, okay? So if you ask to borrow money from someone and there's nothing in it in return for them, you're just borrowing it and you're going to give back the same amount, that's not how business works. When you get a loan from the bank, there's interest. When you get a loan from a friend, put some interest on it. You know what I mean? And you can even, if it's from your family or something, you can be like, listen, lend me $1,000, lend me $500, whatever you need. I will give you back double in the next 90 days to repay you for helping me change my life, for helping me get to the event that I need to be at. And right now my circumstances don't allow me. But don't you kid yourself. 12 months from now, I'm going to have a very different life, a very different bank account, and I will pay you back. And when you talk to people with that kind of certainty, that kind of conviction, that kind of belief, you know how quickly you can come up with the money? you're going to have that money in 20 minutes, okay? It's not hard. But if you don't want it, if you don't believe that you need to be there, if you don't think it's important, you're not even going to call one person. You're not even going to ask anybody. You're just going to make excuses and not show up. So, Eli, irrelevant what the ticket price is, irrelevant what the airplane ticket price is, irrelevant what the hotel price is, it's not the point. The point is, figure it out, get there, come meet me, let's have a photo, let's have a handshake, let's have a great time in LA. I'm excited. I'm coming down with the GPM family. We're ready to have a good time. Colton's picking me up from the airport. You best believe we're masterminding, the two of us, and big things are going to happen as a result. So I love you, Eli. I love you, Jillina. You guys are the best, rock and roll, and I can't wait to see you guys next week.
I love it. I love it. And Anthony's standing right next to me, and Kevin Lowe, and the guys on this side. We're going to get all you guys together. And, hey, for all of you, that was an amazing call. And, by the way, when you guys get here this weekend, whether you're booking at the JW Marriott or you're staying across the street at one of the other hotels, whatever it is for you, if you come in Friday night, I mean, there are restaurants. You can be on the top looking all over downtown. You're going to feel like you're on top of the world. Saturday, all day, trading like you've never seen or heard. We really believe we're going to give you guys the information that you need, that you want, that you asked for. And then Saturday night, we're going to be at Tom Urban. They reserve the entire top floor for us to eat, to drink, to hang out, to be merry. And, of course, we've got the whole square with the Kunga room and all kinds of other things. So God bless you guys. What an amazing call. Let's thank Balazs for an amazing call today. Thank you. We'll
Eli,
see you all. Yes, sir.
One more thing. Everybody on the call, add me on Facebook. Let's connect. Let's rock and roll. Okay, bye-bye. Love you guys.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Go to gu.me and get your tickets. God bless. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Balazs. Wow.
GPM. Yeah, that's